Wow. Okay. So talk to me a little bit about those first months and years in your own agency. What were some of the biggest challenges? So somebody listening today that's saying to themselves, I just don't know if I have what it takes. What did you have to experience because you went through a lawsuit?
Yeah.
You depleted your funds down to $13K.
Wow,
you
good memory. Yeah,
66
Yep.
agents that have entrusted you with their futures.
Yep.
And here you are, some 29-year-old kid, and that's a lot of pressure to handle. I
Yeah.
imagine that this was fairly scary and discouraging and all of those crazy emotions that we go through when we're deciding that we want to be entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
right?
so you know, it's crazy you say that. Mario and I were talking about relationships earlier on the drive, and I told him, I said, you know, most people get into a relationship emotionally, and then after the emotions are gone, because you have to make some real logical decisions, then you start realizing how important logical decisions are, and then you bring it into the table of relationship. Then she's like, wait a minute, I thought you loved me. And it's too late because
right.
you've managed expectations the wrong way. So for me, when I was single and I thought I knew what kind of a girl I was looking for, what kind of a woman I was looking for, I was clueless. And I was dating all the time, I had all these girls, but I thought I was looking for this girl, and I was not. I read a book, 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged, and I got clear. It got very clear to me logically who I wanted to be with and emotionally who I wanted to be with. Here's why. This is what I told him earlier. I said, let me ask you a question. Husband and wife, you know, what percentage of their marriage do you think they're having sex? He says, what do you mean? I said, what percentage of your marriage are you having sex with your wife? Very small percentage.
It's got to be less than 1.
It says less than 1%. Because
Way less than 1.
If you're having sex
together.
once every 4 days,
right.
that's 48, 24, 96
two
hours.
and a half minutes.
So think about that.
Right?
So think about that. If sex lasts beginning to the end, average, they say 15 minutes, okay? So say 15 minutes is what it takes.
Twice a week.
Twice a week, 30 minutes. Do the math. It's 0.1% of your marriage you're having sex, okay? So then think about what percentage of your marriage you're having date nights and having emotional conversations and really like emotion, you know, all that stuff. A small percentage. What percent of your marriage are you having logical decisions? What do you mean? What percentage of the marriages, should we buy the house? Are we ready to buy this? Are we ready to do this with finances, retirement, insurance, kids, in-laws? You know, what school? Can we afford this? Can we afford that? It's all
Probably
logical.
90% of the time you're awake and together.
Of the
It's gotta
time.
be, right.
90% of the time. So for me, one of the things I started doing when I was single, this is who I was when I was single. Say I went out with a girl, and I know there's no way I'm at a point right now to get married. I'd say, Mary, I just want to manage expectations. I like you a lot, had a lot of fun with you tonight, but I am not looking for a girlfriend.
100% the same
Zero.
thing I did. It worked.
And I just want you to know, I think we can have fun together, and I'm not trying to say I'm looking for a booty call.
Right.
I'm saying, you want to go out, have fun, and maybe you want to go to my place, your place, I'm fine with that, but I'm not looking for anything right now. You know what happened many times? Here's what they would say. Well, you know what? I am. Perfect. I respect that. We can be great friends together.
Yeah.
Okay? Or she said, I'm not either. No problem. Then you know what? Here, let's go out to, what do you want to do tonight? Let's go to a bar. Great. But the expectations managed right up front. Okay.
I think that's really important.
So this brings me to starting a company.
Yeah.
Okay. When I started a company, I managed expectations with everybody up front. Let me explain what I mean by everybody up front. This is what I mean. Very simple. Babe, I just want you to know I am not going to buy you a house in the first 5 years of being married. What do you mean? We have the money. I'm not buying a house because I'm putting 100% of my money in the business. But babe, we have money. Babe, I'm just telling you, that's what we're doing. Number 2, I'm getting you a $3,000 ring. You tell me which one you want, I'll get it for you. I'm not buying you a $30,000 ring, $20,000 ring. When we're married 10 years, then I'll get you a nice ring. Number 2, I don't do Louis Vuitton and Chanel purses. I do Coach purses. They're $300 to $500, and I'll get you a few per year. Once we have multiple kids and we have things going settle in place, you'll get your Chanel purse. Everything was once we do this, once we do this. So what happened with her, she has a choice to say what? This is too much.
Yeah, she can just say, I'm not interested.
You seem too anal, this is too crazy, this is too insane. Or she can sit there and say, wow, okay, everything's organized, this is kind of managed expectations. Let's go. So when I bought a house, she chose, what house do you want? Go pick it. No problem, we're getting this house. I want this house. No problem. I want to, no problem. But we got to that point. So with the company, I sat with everybody. And I want to build a reputation. Since I don't have a degree from Wharton Business School, since my last name is not Bob Ben Moshe, like he's a big CEO, MetLife and AIG CEO, my last name is Bet David. And if anybody's going to make that name Bet David, it's going to be me. Then my kids can say my dad is Patrick Bet David, right? Okay. I learned very early. if you do business with anybody and you can sit up front and manage expectations with anybody that you're going to have a relationship with, friend, business, investors, anybody, and you tell them right up front where you're going to be at, you will gain so much respect from them long term, and you won't have to have that logical conversation with them 6, 12, 24 months from now that is going to come up. So that helped me save a lot of the relationships at a time where I was clueless about what it was to be a CEO. So the one challenge most people compare themselves to somebody, and you're bound to be disappointed. I gave a talk 2 weeks where this was so uncomfortable talk. It was a private talk, but I'll give you this talk. Just visualize being in this meeting.